Part of my acceptance journey is really just accepting God in a new way. One thing that I heard was, I can't remember where it was, but I ended up writing it down, and it says that suffering draws you apart from worldly cares and brings you closer to God. And for my case, for my journey, I can say that's true. My husband battled in the hospital for like 6 months, and in his journey, we were constantly warring. You know, it was either warring physically, warring to breathe, warring spiritually, and we was just constantly moving. And sometimes it takes a toll on you, you know. But one of the things that I know for sure is that God was with me from the beginning. He told me to lean upon him in the middle, through the battle and through the struggles, through the things that I just didn't understand. Expanding my mind so that I can understand what's going on in the hospital, because I don't like hospitals. Smell, the smell in there. I just don't like hospitals, you know. And being there constantly, I would say I was there every day practically for 5 months, right? So he was in the hospital just under 6 months, so I always just say 6 months. And I was in the hospital for about 5, you know, and we warred. But one of the things that remained constant through it all was God. And even after it was all over and my husband went to be with the Lord, God was still there. He was saying, I'm still here. And I struggled with accepting that. Like, we were supposed to come home. We was on the verge of coming home, and you decided to take him home to you. Why? You know? And one of the things that he ended up telling me, God, was that you was obedient to me and how I told you to stand, and I will take care of you even after it's all over. And I can honestly say that he has. Parts of just reestablishing budget. I had to renew budget because I'm single income now. Had to take care of my son. My son's getting ready for college. He took care of that too. Had to fix some things around the house. He took care of that too. You know, everything that he said that he would do, he has done. And it has truly drawn me closer to him. I am grateful, truly grateful for everything that he has done. And as a result, he still, you know, has me doing stuff I don't want to do. Parts of ministry within my church, you know, wants me to be a part of different things. And I'm like, I don't think I'm ready, but he thinks I'm ready. And I do it anyway. Doing this here, you know, Chronicles of a Widow, he's the one who instructed me to just share my journey. And I don't know why, but it's for someone. So I'm just being obedient with that, you know. He's also said to me in these last 2 years to write a book of my journey about seeing his glory in our suffering, and how he really wants to be in every detail, every step of the way, you know. And it was rough. It was rough writing this book, but I wrote it. I'm in the point of editing and getting ready to publish it soon. But yeah, The book is mainly about being obedient and having faith even during hard times. You know, times that doesn't make any sense. Times where you struggle. But for who I am and how I am, once I set my mind to something, I'm doing it. No one can change it. I don't care what anybody says. Once I set my mind to it, it will get done, you know, and it will be accomplished. And one of the things that God knew is that once he knew that I set my mind to obey him and the things that he wanted me to do, nothing can change my mind. And I stood in a way that have never stood before in spiritual war for my husband. Even to the point where my husband viewed me differently. Like, he didn't understand the depths of how I stand to people. I said that I would stand with you all day. I will pray over you. I will war for you. I will fight off any type of, demonic type spirits that tries to set in. I will fight for you all day, And I tend to be like that with people that I love. If I care for you, I wouldn't only cook for you because I love to cook, right? But I will war for you all day until the end, however that may end, however that may be. I will war for you all day, And even so now, God still wants to be in the details of my life. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I am a widow, but my Father takes care of me. When I feel down and I start to wonder, why am I going through all this? Why am I at this point in such a young age? He's still there. At times where I just need new direction and clarity on different things, he provides it. When I need finances to do whatever it is that needs to be done, he provides it. And it's magnificent to walk with him. I would not change a thing. Because if it wasn't for the journey that I went through suffering with my husband, because I suffered with him, I felt pain with him, it was overwhelming, and I had no idea how I went through it. Would I go through it again? Absolutely not. No, I don't. But it wasn't my choice in the beginning. It's not my choice now, So I just want to encourage you, no matter what it is that you may go through, the season that you are maybe in your loss, or watching somebody else go through that loss, always keep God in the midst, because he really does want to be in the middle of it. So I encourage you to keep on pushing. Always pray to God. And as we walk through, we can always just keep him in the middle of everything, because his way is always better than ours. And even though we may not understand, but he always has a plan, because he says that I know. This is what he says, right? This is in Jeremiah 33, verse 3. Love this scripture. He says, no, that's a different one. But he says, cry unto me and I will answer and show you great and mighty things, right? But he also says, in the same book, Jeremiah 29, verse 9, right? 29, verse 11, I should say. And I love this scripture where he says that I know the thoughts and the plans that I have for you. And he says, you know, plans for a future, plans for hope, and so forth. But he knows the thoughts and the plans that he has for you. Sometimes we create our own thoughts. We create our own plans. We think we have a purpose, but we make it up. It's not a godly purpose. Godly purpose is for someone else, not for ourselves, not for the benefit of ourselves. It's for the benefit of someone else. So I know the plans that he has for me is so much better than what the plans that I have for myself. And I choose to keep him in the midst of everything that I do, in the foundation of my family, in my household. I anointed and I claim my doorpost as his peace, so no one can walk through my doors if you don't bring peace. No one can step foot on my property if you don't bring peace. My house is a humble abode of his peace, and I cherish that in every way. What have you set in your own house? Is he in the foundation of it, or are you? Until the next time, ciao.